Imagine the devastating impact of losing three of the biggest names in recent Liverpool history: Virgil van Dijk, Mohamed Salah, and Trent Alexander-Arnold. These players are not just key pieces in Arne Slot's tactical setup, but icons who have shaped the club's identity. With the January transfer window approaching, discussions about their futures are heating up, and the potential consequences for Liverpool's budget leave fans with a mix of anxiety and curiosity. The Reds have stood out for their strategic approach in the transfer market. The memory of big acquisitions like Virgil van Dijk, signed for an impressive £75 million, and smart sales like Philippe Coutinho's departure, showcase how the club combines boldness with financial intelligence. But now, the renewal of contracts for three key players could determine the future not only on the pitch, but also in the financial balance. Liverpool, under Arne Slot's leadership, is in an interesting position this season. With a strong start, the fans dream of repeating the achievements of the golden years and lifting the Premier League trophy once again. To do so, the club may need to make key reinforcements in January. However, with negotiations for Salah, Van Dijk and Alexander-Arnold still ongoing, the club's financial planning is in a delicate state of uncertainty. Adam Williams, a football finance expert, offered important insights into how these decisions could impact the transfer budget. The departure of any of these three players would create significant wage savings, but it would also open up huge gaps in the squad, he said. To put it into perspective, the payroll savings from the departure of all three players would amount to an impressive £1 million per week. Does that sound like financial breathing room? Perhaps. But would the cost of replacing them be worth it? Williams explained that Liverpool's financial policy, under the management of Fenway Sports Group, FSG, is based on a self-financing model. This means that every pound invested in the club needs to be backed by revenue. It's an approach that has kept the club financially healthy and competitive over the past decade, but it also requires precise and often difficult decisions. If Arne Slot decides he wants reinforcements in January, the resources for that will need to come from adjustments in the budget. The departure of Salah, Van Dijk and Alexander-Arnold would free up a huge amount of space in the wage bill, but the cost of signing replacements would be much higher than the savings made, Williams pointed out. Additionally, there's the impact on performance on the field. Van Dijk is the defensive anchor, Salah is one of the club's greatest goal scorers, and Alexander-Arnold is a maestro on the right flank. Replacing players of this magnitude is not just a matter of money, but of finding athletes with the right talent and profile to keep Liverpool competitive. While the departure of the three players might seem like an apocalyptic scenario for many fans, the possibility of keeping them also raises interesting questions. According to Williams, retaining Salah, Van Dijk and Alexander-Arnold would mean maintaining a robust wage bill, which limits the potential for significant investments in new players. However, this also guarantees the continuity of a team that has already proven capable of fighting for the biggest titles. When we look at Liverpool's budgets, it's important to understand that FSG works with long-term plans, often with forecasts for 4 or 5 transfer windows ahead. This means that keeping the trio doesn't necessarily block signings, but it certainly requires careful adjustments in other financial areas, the expert explained. Arne Slot, who arrived at Liverpool with the mission of revitalising the team, will play a crucial role in this decision. The Dutch coach has already proven to be a skilled strategist, but his ability to manage these financial uncertainties while keeping the team competitive will be put to the test. Whether Salah, Van Dijk and Alexander-Arnold stay or leave, Liverpool faces an interesting dilemma. Losing all three players could free up significant resources in the short term, but the signings required to replace these pillars will cost far more than the salary savings. On the other hand, keeping them means committing a considerable portion of the budget to preserving the spine of the team. Williams concluded with an insightful analysis. Liverpool is in a unique position. Their financial management is one of the strongest in the Premier League, and they have room to maneuver within the spending rules. However, any decision made now will have long-lasting implications, both financial and sporting. Fans, in turn, are eagerly awaiting answers. Will we see Salah, Van Dijk and Alexander-Arnold lifting more trophies with Liverpool's shirt? Or will the club be welcoming new stars in January while bidding farewell to some of its greatest icons? Either way, Liverpool is at the centre of one of the most fascinating narratives of this season. After a heated debate about the future of Salah, Van Dijk and Alexander-Arnold, Liverpool turns the page to another intriguing narrative, the rise of a new star. While the giants of the team are still negotiating their futures, the scarcity of available defenders has opened the door for Amara Nallo, an 18-year-old prospect, to step into the spotlight. And there's no more opportune moment for the young defender to show what he's made of than now, with manager Arne Slot facing a real defensive puzzle ahead of the League Cup match against Southampton. With injuries sidelining players like Connor Bradley, Ibrahima Konate and Kostas Tsimikas, as well as Andy Robertson's suspension, Liverpool finds itself in a critical situation. In this context, Nallo, who was called up to the first team for the first time in the game against Newcastle earlier this month, has the chance to turn a crisis into an opportunity. Now, the question everyone is asking is, who is this young defender who promises to be one of the biggest revelations from the Reds Youth Academy? Amara Nallo is not just another name emerging from the academy. He joined Liverpool at the age of 16 from West Ham United after impressing with his talent. Since then, the young defender has continually evolved. Initially integrated into the U18 team, he was quickly promoted to the U21 squad and gained the trust of the coaching staff, even captaining both the U21 and U19 teams, the latter competing in the UEFA Youth League. But Nallo is not just about leadership, he is pure efficiency. According to Y-Scout data, the young player has won 73.1% of his defensive duels and 63.3% of aerial duels this season, while also registering an impressive average of 3.77 interceptions and 11.58 recoveries per 90 minutes. His standout feature? His ball-playing ability. With a pass completion rate of 92.1%, he seems tailor-made for Arne Slot's style of play, which values defenders capable of starting attacks with precise passes and quick transitions. It's not just talent that raises expectations for Amara Nallo. His debut comes at a time of uncertainty in the first team, marked by injuries and contract doubts. This gives the young defender the chance not only to fill a gap, but to prove that he can be a vital piece for Liverpool's future. The defensive crisis, which could be a cause for concern among fans, is now turning into a golden opportunity to witness the birth of a new idol. And considering Liverpool's need to constantly reinvent itself to stay competitive on all fronts, Nallo's rise seems more than just a coincidence. It's a reminder of the power and relevance of the Youth Academy in building the club. With Liverpool facing Southampton in the League Cup, the conditions seem ideal for Nallo to take his first step among the professionals. The stage is set for him to showcase his defensive composure and ball skills, qualities that could help him stand out even under pressure. Reds fans are already speculating, could Amara Nallo be the next great centre-back to emerge at Anfield? Will he follow in the footsteps of legends like Van Dijk and Jamie Carragher? While it's still early to make comparisons, one thing is certain. The young defender is about to get an opportunity that few get so early in their careers, and he seems more than ready to seize it with both hands. From giants in negotiations to promising talents shining on the pitch, Liverpool once again proves that its future is in good hands. The question remains whether Nallo will be able to turn potential into prominence and establish himself as a key figure in Arne Slot's squad. One thing is for sure, all eyes will be on him in the match against Southampton. As the new generation shines with Amara Nallo, Liverpool is also eyeing big-name reinforcements to maintain competitiveness across all fronts. Want to know which World Cup winning winger could arrive for an impressive £55 million? Click on the card next to discover who this star is. See you there.